Listen, I want you to do me. No. Do yourself a favour. Close your eyes. I want you to picture the next 25 years of your life, okay? I want you to imagine the same four walls of a prison cell for decade after decade. Forget about Sunday Mass. Forget about holidays with your family. Forget about being there for the birth of your child. If you don't work with me here, the closest you're going to get to them is monitored visitation. And that's if they choose to show up at all. 25 years, and that's without parole. Your wife is pregnant. Your child will be your age by the time you get out. Your age. And that child will grow up thinking that their father is a murderer, and not a very good one at that.
You don't understand. This entire decision I made was for her and my baby. I'm trying to protect them. If you were in my position, you'd be doing the same thing.
Try me. Tell me what your alibi is, and I will tell you if I would do the same thing. I want to help you, Barton, but you have to help me. We can't win this unless you're honest with me about what happened that night.
Stop trying to convince me. I'm not budging.
You haven't given me any reason for me to think you're not guilty. Is that the position you want to be in? Your own lawyer thinks you're guilty. Okay, let's go over the prosecution's case again and see if we can find a fault in their evidence. There's the ATM footage, placing you in the area of the murder, only 10 minutes or so from the estimated time of death. The footage shows you visibly agitated and your clothing in disarray. Then there are your fingerprints on the victim's door handle and inside the house. And the most damning thing is you knew the victim. You were his pastoral carer in his youth group. You were the last person to see him alive. Why did you drive him home that night? He lives on the opposite side of town to you, well out of your way. And by all counts, this isn't the first time you've driven him home. But it is the first time his parents weren't there when you were. What about a compromise? You get what you want. You get to go to prison and nobody finds out you're innocent. Just do me one thing. Tell me. That way I can keep in mind you actually are innocent while I'm defending you. It would help, trust me.
If you tell anyone, I'll go straight to the judge right now and put in my guilty plea.
You have my word.
Alright.
Spit it out then.
Tim, the boy who died, lives on Gardenia Street.
And?
There's a place I go to, Grove Park. It's about 15 minutes away from where he lives. Lived.
And? Go on. Were you there the night Tim died?
Yeah. There should be CCTV footage of me entering and exiting the park that night through the south gate. I'm sure I wasn't there at the time of Tim's death.
Why were you there in the first place? Doesn't make any sense. What aren't you telling me?
I can't say.
Barton, you have to tell me. Spit it out. I won't say anything without your consent. Tell me.
Alright, fine. This is Barton's Day. You know the one. The one that men go to in the middle of the night and meet and other things.
Yeah, Grove Park. It's pretty notorious for its dodgy dealings. But why would you...
I went there for sex, alright?
What? You do realise that sex in a public place is a fine at best, and a year's jail time at worst. It's a slap on the wrist compared to a murder conviction. My God, think about this, Barton. Jesus fucking Christ!
My father has been the priest at our local church for over 30 years. If this got out, it could ruin my life. I'd lose my family, my baby, just everything. I just can't. No one could ever know.
So instead, your child is going to think that their father is a murderer. How is that better?
I'll tell them I'm innocent. They'll believe me. My wife thinks I'm innocent too. If I go to jail, my family will take care of my baby. So will the parish. But it won't be like that if I confess.
You know what? You're wrong. If I was in your position, I'd tell the truth.
I wasn't wrong. You just don't understand.
I need to call your wife. She'll need to be prepared. Pack you some things. Angela, I'm so sorry. I know this isn't the verdict you wanted.
It's all right. I just wanted to thank you. Thank you for trying. You did your best. He's a good man, you know. He would have made a wonderful father.
Thank you for coming to meet with me. I didn't know who else to call. My parents wouldn't tell me anything. I haven't heard from Angela since I got here. Not a word. So please, if you know something, tell me. Is my baby alright? Is the baby okay?
I'm so sorry, Barton. Angela came to see me a few weeks after the trial. I thought she might have told you already.
Tell me what?
She's terminated the pregnancy. She wasn't coping well after you went away. She said she couldn't face raising a child on her own without you here. She wanted you to have this. We can always challenge the sentence, Barton. You don't have to stay here. If you ever consider a retrial, you know how to contact me. Good luck, Barton, and I'm sorry for your loss.